guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first video, hi, I'm Alaina, and this is The Organized Money, where we talk about planning life and managing money. In today's video, we're going to be setting up my January 2021 budget. So I already started setting up my January 2021 budget when I set up my budget planner. This was a couple of weeks ago when I set up this planner and shared with you my 2021 goals, and I also did my money routine. And I think I initially set up my January 2021 bills on my monthly calendar, but I started jotting down all the different things that I needed to do for the month of January, and that's what we're going to be putting in here today. I'm going to start with my savings tracker. With my savings tracker, I use this sheet in order to keep track of my short-term, long-term, and sinking funds balance. So that would be the total of all three of those accounts, and I usually just keep it on here so that I can keep track of how much money we have saved in total throughout the year. So currently my short-term savings is $5,000. Our long-term savings balance is $6,454.11. And our sinking funds balance is $4,793.91. So that means the total savings is $16,248.02. I'm just going to add that here. And then at the end of each month, I'm just going to keep track of the balance. Now, I know for the most part, my sinking funds will fluctuate the most because that's where I'm keeping all of the money that I need for house projects, for birthdays, anniversaries, anything that's coming up. So I am planning on this money to be spent, but I don't want these numbers to go down too far. Otherwise, I will probably stop paying off debt and make sure that I keep this around $10,000. And that's mainly because that's our overall savings plan. We have decided to continue to save while we pay off debt. That's just our personal strategy. But of course, you can do it however you see fit. On the next page, I am keeping track of the debt that we are currently paying off. This year, I do have a goal of paying off our credit card, and the current balance of that card is $13,930.14. So I know you Dave Ramsey enthusiasts out there will say I should take the entire $16,000 and pay off the $13,000, but I am not going to do that. And the reason why is because I know $5,000 of this is already assigned to other things, like to other sinking funds that we have coming up, and I choose not to do that. We're just going to continue the process, and we will pay this off in a couple of months. And then on my debt snowball side, then I'm just going to use this to keep track of the payments and the balance. The next page I have already filled out. This is where I am keeping track of all of our monthly bills, and I am going to write out all of our monthly bills on this sheet here, just so I can have the projected amount that I have set up here and then the actual amount that we ended up spending. So we operate our budget off of an income of $8,000. That's not going to change for this year. So I'm just going to keep track of that at the very top here and then write all our expenses out for the month. Okay, with our monthly budget, the first thing that we always do is tithe, and it's 10% of our income. Then is our offering, which is 2.5% of our income. Then we have our mortgage. So our mortgage is $1,600. Student loans are $154. Our car insurance is $325. Then we do life insurance, $175. We are currently paying back our back taxes, and I'm just realizing right now that I forgot to put that in my overall debt number. So I'm going to have to go back and adjust my total debt to include our back pay taxes. But we're currently paying $300 a month, and I think that ends this year. By the end of this year, I believe we will be fully finished with that as well. And we have our internet at $100. Entergy is $332.90 this month, and that's a little high for us this month, but it's mainly because we are running our heater a lot because it's the winter months, so the bill is a little bit higher. Water is $21, and then I save $50 a week, so our current savings that's going to our long-term savings is going to be $200. We're planning on investing $1,000 this month. I am planning on paying off my credit card $1,000. Then we are going into our food budget. Our food this month, we have been steady at about $200 a week, so I'm thinking it's going to stay at $800 this month. And then we always put an extra $100 a week in there for eating out. That's just on days where we usually go out as a family, more than likely on a Saturday. Then we have our home alarm, which is $125. Our personal money, we do about $25 a week, so that's going to be $200. Subscriptions at $200 for the month, and then I have a little cushion in there of $67.10. That's just because I like to have a zero-based budget but not bring it all the way down to zero, so we have a cushion of $67. The total of all of our expenses is going to be $8,000, which means it adds up to our income $8,000, expenses $8,000, difference is zero. So what I'm going to do on the side here under the paid column, because I don't really need this column for my monthly budget, because by the time I get here it's already been paid. This is mainly just for the comparison overall at the end of the month, but I'm going to add in all of the categories for my particular budget. So if it's under donations, home, what's the budget category, because this helps me to project how much I had planned on spending in a particular category versus how much I actually spent in a category. So at the end of the month, when I am adding all of these up, then I can see how much I spent per category. The next page that I'm going to fill out is my savings tracker. So for my savings tracker, I keep track of my long-term savings at the top and then my short-term savings at the bottom. And I'm just going to use a highlighter. This just helps me divide up the two so I know which section is for the long-term savings tracker and which section is for the short-term savings. So I'm just going to keep that there. And then the next section, I'm going to keep track of my sinking funds. So you guys know that I keep track of my sinking funds in an app. It's called Capital. And this is where I keep all of the sinking funds that I plan on using for the year. Now, I'm not usually saving for all of them at the exact same time, but the ones that I am currently saving for, I keep in here, and then I also keep on this sheet as well. So the first category I have is my auto insurance. I am currently saving up for the next time the bill comes around. I do want to pay it off for the next 6 months instead of having to do it on a monthly basis. Then I have home projects. We have a bunch of home projects that we are planning for this year. So I am just going to keep track of how much we have in there currently. This one, I'm sure I'm going to be pulling money in and out every single month this year. Then I have my dental surgery. I have to have dental surgery at the end of this month. The total of that is going to be $1,800, and I currently have $1,500 saved for that. So that one also will be pulled this month. Next category is birthdays, and my daughter's birthday is coming up in January as well. And we are planning on spending $250 for that. And so we have $220 saved currently. And then the last category is our anniversary. So our anniversary is in April. And so I do like to save like $1,000. I'm not really sure what we're doing this year or if we're going to even be able to go anywhere, but I do like to have some money saved up for it so that we can celebrate. And so I'll just keep track of money that goes in and out throughout the month on this sheet. As it goes in, I will add in a deposit. As it goes out, I will subtract, and then I will keep track of the ending balance. Now we get into the actual paycheck budget. So I budget every single Tuesday. And so this Tuesday, I did pay us $1,700 $100 for the week. And so I'm just going to put that under our income and then write out all of the expenses that we have for this week. With our mortgage, I am going to break it up this week. So I'm going to do $1,100 this week, and then next week I'm going to do the additional $500. So sometimes I do this and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I will pay the entire $1,600 and then just pull some of the money from our savings account, our short-term savings account, and then replace it when we get paid. And then sometimes I will pay it partially, like so I'll pay $1,100 and then pay the additional $500 the next time we get paid. And the main reason why I switch between the two, it just depends on how much money I'm planning on taking out of my short-term savings account. So currently we are having some upcoming projects come up for the house. My daughter's birthday is this month, so I would rather not pull it from short-term savings just in case something else comes up. So I'm going to do it this way this time. Food for the week is going to be $200, and then our eating out budget is going to be $100. Personal money is $50. And let's see where that leaves us with our cushion. So that leaves us with $81 in our cushion, and then our total expenses will be $17.50. And that's going to be our weekly budget. Now, if you want to know what I do with the cushion, I usually let it sit there until I get up to like $100 or $200 or something extra over our cushion amount in our checking account, and then I will move that money to savings. So I just like to have a cushion just because I like to keep our balance in our checking account at a certain amount, and I don't want to always end up going into that money. So I like to leave a little extra money from our check just in case something random comes up. But usually it doesn't, and when it doesn't, I just move that money to savings. And that is it for our budget this week. So we have set up our paycheck budget for the week, set up our debt tracker sheet, also did our sinking funds. So I have all of my sinking funds set up for January. And then I have our long-term savings at the top and then short-term savings at the bottom here for our savings tracker. My monthly budget full out. So this is everything we plan on doing for the month of January. And I also have the monthly calendar, which I set up in another video. We are prepped and ready to go. So I hope this video has helped you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, keep organizing your life so that you can achieve your dreams. Bye, guys.